Hi everyone! Today's video is another one of the Hachette Disney squares and we have moved on to issue 32. Issue 32 is the spice flower and we're going to be making this square here today. For this square you'll need 5 different coloured yarns. White as per usual, because obviously we always use it for our border anyway, but there is some other white in this one as well. And then we've got sunflower, lime, fuchsia and paprika. As always, and with every single square, we're using our 4mm hook, and there's not much else to say today, so let's just get straight into it. So for this square we need to start off with a slip knot on our hook. So I will make a slip knot and put that one straight onto my hook and pull both ends to tighten. We then need to chain 8. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. We then want to do a slip stitch into the first chain that we made. So we can count back 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is our first chain that we made just here. So we want to go in through that one, yarn over and pull a loop through, and then pull that one straight through again, and you've made yourself a ring. After you've made the ring, you need to chain 1, and then we're going to do 12 double crochets into the ring. So you want to insert your hook in through the ring and pull up a loop so you've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both loops, and we've done 1 into the ring, pull up a loop so you've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both, and we've done 2. I'll continue with those. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. After you've done your 12 double crochets, we need to join with a slip stitch into our first double crochet that we made. So if you just turn that one slightly for where we started those stitches, you can see your first V here. So we want to go in through that one, pull through and pull through again, and we can now fasten this one off as we are going to be changing to the paprika yarn. Once fastened off, your work will look like this, and like I said, we need to join the paprika yarn, and we're going to join to any of our double crochets. So pick one of your V's. I'm going to go in through this one, and I'll just pull that one through. And as you know, I always knot mine just to make sure that it's secure. I'm then going to put my hook through the same V, pull up a loop, and I've joined my paprika yarn. After doing that, we want to chain 2, 1 and 2. We then want to treble 2 together into the same stitch, and that's the same stitch that we've just done those chain stitches from. So we're yarning over, and then we're going into that same stitch and pulling up a loop so you've got 3 on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2 so you've got 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over again into that same stitch, pull up a loop, and you've got 4 on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and it will look like this. We then want to chain 2, 1 and 2. We're then going to treble 3 together into the next stitch. So yarn over into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and you've got 4 loops on your hook, so yarn over and pull through all 4. We then want to chain 2 again. We're then continuing with this, going around, so we're trebling 3 together into the next stitch and then chaining 2. So yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, so you've got 4 on your hook. We'll then yarn over and pull through all 4 and chain 2 again. Yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over into your same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over into your same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 4, chain 2. Continue with that around and I'll meet you at the end. I'm at the end of round 2. I've just done my last treble 3 together, so we need to chain 2. We're then finishing off with a slip stitch into the top of our first treble 2 together that we did. So if you go back to your first petal here, these ones here are chains that we made at the beginning, and then these 2 stitches are your treble 2 together that you did. So you want to go into the stitch at the top of that one and just slip stitch that one there to finish that one off. And you can then fasten off because we're going to be working with yarn D, which is the lime yarn next. I must apologise, I got that completely wrong. We're actually using the fuchsia yarn next and not the lime that's just above my finger just there. So it's this one, the fuchsia. We want to join this one to any of the 2 chain spaces, and by that they mean any of the gaps with the 2 chains that we made in between those treble 3 togethers that we did. So we can put our hook up through any of those spaces and pull our yarn through. And as before, I like to tie that one on just to make sure it's secure. I can then put my hook through the same gap and pull the yarn through, and I've attached my next colour. So we want to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then we want to do a half treble into that same space that we've just joined our yarn to. So for a half treble, we're yarning over, we're going into that same space and pulling up a loop, and try not to get your non-working yarn involved. Apologies, we've pulled up a loop and now we have 3 on our hook. So we're yarning over again, and we're then pulling through all 3 to complete the half treble. After the half treble, we need to chain 1. We're then going to be working into the next 2 chain space where we want to do 2 half trebles. So yarn over into the next space and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, and repeat that again. So yarn over into your same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, and then chain 1. And we're repeating that going around. So yarn over into your next space, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3, yarn over into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 and chain 1. Yarn over into your next space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over into your same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 1. If you repeat that going round, I'll meet you at the end. After our last 2 half trebles, we need to remember to do the chain 1. And then we're joining with a slip stitch into our second chain. So we've got 2 chain stitches that we did here at the beginning. We're going into the second one, pulling through a loop, pulling through, and then we can fasten this one off because we are going to be working with yarn D in the next round. I'm correct this time, which is our lime. I've gone ahead and already joined on my lime. For this round, which is round 4, you need to join it to any of the 1 chain spaces. So that's any of these spaces that we've made by doing the 1 chain in the last round. So like I said, I've already got mine joined on. So I'm not going to lie, this round's quite a confusing one. It's taken a while for me to get my head around it, but hopefully working together, using the video, we should be okay. So we're going to make some raised petals for our flower here. So we're going to do something different and actually stitch in between the half trebles that we've just made from the last round. So we're not going into the stitch at the top, we're actually going in between those petals instead. So I'm going to do 4 trebles between the next 2 half trebles. So yarn over, in through that space, pull up a loop so you've got 3 on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, and we've done 1 treble. Yarn over into the same space, pull up a loop, 3 on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over into that same space again, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over into the same space again, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and we've just done 4 trebles in between the 2 half trebles from the last round. We then want to anchor this and make sure it doesn't move and make sure it's got that raised shape. So we want to anchor it to the chain spaces from the last round. So we're just going to do a slip stitch into that space. So I'll put my hook through, pull up a loop and then pull it through, and that helps it to keep its shape. We're then going to repeat that into the next space between the last 2 half trebles. So once again, I'm yarning over into that space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and 1 more, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then we can do the same thing and anchoring it by doing a slip stitch into the 1 chain space. We need to repeat that around. I'll meet you at the end. So I've just done my last 4 trebles into my last space between those 2 half trebles from the last round, and this is what it currently looks like. I think it looks really cool. I'm quite excited about this one. I think the colours go really, really well together, and it's just a bit different from everything that we've done before. I think things are starting to get a little bit samey, but I'm having a bit of fun with this one. I like it. So, sorry, going completely off tangent there. Let's finish the end of this round. We're simply finishing this one by anchoring it again with a slip stitch to that next chain space just there, just like that, and then we can actually fasten that one off, and that's that. For the next round we are using the sunflower. So for round 5, we want to join the sunflower yarn to any of the 1 chain spaces from round 3. So round 3 was the fuchsia or the purple that we use, and the 1 chain spaces are these gaps through here. So technically we're going to be covering up these stitches here that we've just made. So you need to go in through one of these spaces here, or that one, doesn't matter which one, but it's any of the ones in between the bumps in the petals, but go in and through the purple. So I'm just going to attach that one on. And it'll be something like that there. And then I'm going to put my hook through, pull up a loop, and just chain 1 so that one is secured. We then want to do a double crochet into that space. So put your hook in through the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both, and it will look something like that. After our double crochet, we want to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. We're now going to be working into the next 1 chain space, so just down here, and we're going to do a double crochet. So pull up a loop, so you've got 2 on a hook, yarn over, and pull through both. And we've just repeated the same stitch that we did this side, and we've got the chains in between. Chain 3 again, 1, 2, and 3, and then a double crochet into the next space. Chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and a double crochet into the next space. It will look something like this. Don't worry if they're in front of the petals, like that. It doesn't matter for now. If you keep going around, I'll meet you at the end. So I've done my last 3 chains, which will cover up this portion of the petal. And to finish this one off, we're just going to do a slip stitch into those first 3 chains that we did. So you can lift that one up, pull that one through, and pull it straight through. And I'm just going to make that one bigger. As you can see, this is starting to curve up, and it's because all of these chains that we've just done are in front of my petals, and like I just said, for now that's fine, but I was intending on moving them when I'd finished that round. So what you want to do is just push your petals through and push the chains behind, and that way they're lifted forward and it stops the curvature of the whole flower as well. And this is how it's intended to look. Last one there. So when that's all done, you can see that is a lot flatter now. Let's not even talk about the back and all the ends that we've got to weave in for now. We'll just forget they're there until we get to the end. Save any stress. So yeah, it should look like this. You should only really be able to see that the sunflower's there in between the petals. So once you've done that, we are actually continuing on with the sunflower yarn. So don't fasten it off. So I've put the last loop back onto my hook there, and then we want to chain 3 for the start of round 6. So there's 1, 2, and 3. We then want to do 3 trebles into the same 3 chain space that we've just done that slip stitch into. So what they mean by that, I'm going to yarn over first, is that is your 3 chain space going across the back. So we want to yarn over like I just said, and then we're going under those chains. We're pulling up a loop, so we've got 3 on a hook, yarning over and pulling through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, and you've done 1. Yarn over and under those chains again, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over under the chains, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and you've done your 3 trebles. It looks like we're going to start making this into more of a square shape because we've got different stitches going around from now. So into the next space we want to do 4 half trebles. So yarn over, and again just go under those chains, pull up a loop, yarn over, and this time just pull straight through all 3 for the half treble. Yarn over, under the chains, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, and 2 more. Yarn over, under the chains, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, pull through all 3, and you've done your 4 half trebles. Into the next space we're doing 4 trebles. So yarn over, into those chains again, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, under your chains, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, under your chains, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and 1 more treble, pull through 2 and pull through 2. After those 4 trebles we want to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then 4 trebles into the next space. So yarn over, under those chains, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 and pull through 2 again. There's 1 treble, pull through 2, pull through 2, there's 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, there's 3, pull through 2, pull through 2, and there's 4. We want to do 4 half trebles into the next space, so yarn over, and then yarn over and pull through all 3, yarn over, under your chains, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, and your last one, pull through all 3. 4 trebles into the next space, so yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, under your chains, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and there's 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and there's 3, pull through 2, pull through 2, and there's your 4, and then chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. We're then doing 4 trebles into the next space as well. So there's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Into your next space is half trebles. So pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, pull up a loop, pull through 3, pull up a loop, pull through 3, and there's your 4 half trebles. 4 trebles into the next space, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and there's 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and 4 trebles into the next, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this looks like this will be the last side of our square. So half trebles into the next, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, and my next half treble, there's 2, there's 3 and 4. 4 trebles into the next, so yarn over, pull through 2 and pull through 2. There's 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we're almost at the end of this round. We need to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then we're joining with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. So we've got our chain stitches just here, go into the 3rd, do a slip stitch, and we can now fasten that one off. In the next round we will be using the paprika again. So our square currently looks like this, and the next round asks us to join the paprika to any of the 2 chain spaces in the corners. So I've gone ahead and already done that, and I've got it on my hook. We then want to chain 2, 1 and 2. I'm going to do a treble into the same space. So I'm yarning over, going into that corner, pulling up a loop, yarning over, pulling through 2, yarning over and pulling through 2 for the treble. We then want to chain 2, 1 and 2, and we're going to treble 2 together into that same space. So yarn over into your space, pull up a loop so you've got 3 on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over back into that space, pull up a loop so you've got 4 on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through 3. We're going to repeat that again, so chain 2, and then we're doing another treble 2 together into that corner space. So yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over into your space, pull up a loop so you've got 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 3. This round is a little bit different to rounds we've done before. So once you've done that treble 2 together, you need to chain 1. And we're then going to do another treble 2 together. So yarn over, and we need to go in between the 2nd and the 3rd chain. So remember, we're crocheting from right to left. So this is our first chain, this is our first treble, our 2nd, our 3rd and our 4th. So we want to go in the middle of those there. So we're going to go not into the stitch, but just in between the stitches. Pull up a loop so you've got 3 on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over back into that space, pull up a loop so you've got 4 on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 3, and we then need to chain 1 again. We're going to do another treble 2 together, but this time into the 1 chain space. So yarn over into that space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into that space, pull up a loop so you've got 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through all 3, and then chain 1. We want to go into the same space as we did for that first treble 2 together with these. So we want to go in between the 2nd and the 3rd stitch. So going through, we're doing another treble 2 together. So pull through 2, yarn over, back in through, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 3, and then chain 1. This time your treble 2 together is going into your 1 chain space. Pull through 2, yarn over into your space, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, chain 1, and 1 more, again in between the middle of the 4 stitches. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, back in, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 3, and chain 1. So we're now at our first corner space. We need to do a treble 2 together into that space. So we're repeating the same stitch that we've just done all the way along. Pull through 2 and then pull through 3. After we've first done our first treble 2 together, we need to chain 2 and then do another one into that space. We're then chaining 2 again and doing one more treble 2 together into that space. So you will have 3 treble 2s together in your corner with 2 chains in between them. So it goes treble 2 together, 2 chain, treble 2 together, 2 chain, treble 2 together. We now need to chain 1. And then we're doing our treble 2 together in between the second and the third stitch again. And then chain 1, and the next one into your 1 chain space, chain 1, the next one in between the second and third stitches, chain 1, the next one into the 1 chain space, chain 1, the next one in between the second and third stitches, chain 1, and now we're at our next corner. So as the last one, it's treble 2 together, chain 2, treble 2 together, chain 2, and then treble 2 together, and then chain 1. So if you repeat that for the next 2 sides, I'll meet you at the end of the round. After that 1 chain, you need to join a slip stitch into the first treble that we did. So we need to go into the top of that first stitch there and slip stitch that one. We can now fasten that one off. We have finished with the paprika, and for round 8 we're going to be using white. So round 8 is quite specific where to join our yarn to, and it is the top right corner. But as you can see, we've got the 3 different petals in the corner, so there isn't really a corner space because you've got the 2 gaps there. So if you just join it to this one, which is, I guess, the top one because it's slightly above that one, and we will work from there. So we want to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then we want to do 2 half trebles into that same space. So yarn over into that space, pull up a loop, so you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3, and we're going to repeat that again. Yarn over into your same space, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. We then need to do 2 half trebles into the next 1 chain spaces. I can't tell you exactly how many there should be because I can't give away the full pattern due to copyright, but I will do a couple with you. So yarn over and into that next space, pull through all 3, yarn over into the same space, pull through all 3, and you've done 2 half trebles into your first 1 chain space. I'll do the next one, so yarn over and into the next space. There's 1 half treble and 2. So you need to keep going along, do it as many times as it says in the magazine under round 8, and I'll meet you at your first corner. So when you get to the corner after doing your half trebles and your 1 chain spaces, you want to do 3 half trebles into that first corner space. So yarn over into this one. There's 1 half treble, 2 and 3, chain 2, 1 and 2, and 3 half trebles into the next 2 chain space. 1, 2 and 3, and then you can go back to what you were doing of the 2 half trebles into your 1 chain spaces. So it's 2 half trebles into your 1 chain spaces, and then when you get to your corner, which looks like this, it will be 3 half trebles, 2 chains, 3 half trebles. If you want to repeat that going round, I'll meet you at the end of the round. So I'm back at the corner where we started, and as I said at the beginning where we joined in this one, we've still got part of the corner space here. So we want to yarn over and into that corner space here, and we're doing 3 half trebles to finish off this corner. 2 and 3, and we're then chaining 2, 1 and 2. And you can finish this round with a slip stitch into our second chain. So we've got 2 chains there. Pull that one through, and we can then fasten that one off, because the next round, round 9, we're using yarn C, which is the fuchsia again, and that will be our last round before we add our border. So the fuchsia you can join to any of the corner spaces and then chain 2. And we then need to do a half treble into that corner space. So yarn over into your space, pull up a loop so you've got 3 on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. We then need to do a half treble going all the way along. It tells you exactly in the book how many there should be under round 9. I can't give away the total amount because otherwise it will be copyright. So I will do a few with you. So yarn over and into your first half treble from your last round. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over into your next stitch, yarn over, pull through all 3. If you keep going along and do the exact amount of stitches it says under round 9, I'll meet you at your first corner. So when you reach your corner space, we're doing 2 half trebles, 2 chains, 2 half trebles. So into your corner, pull through all 3, yarn over into your corner, yarn over, pull through all 3. There's your first 2 half trebles, 2 chains, and then 2 more half trebles. You can now continue with your half trebles going along, and your corners is 2 half trebles, 2 chains, 2 half trebles. I'll meet you at the end of the round. When you get back to your first corner, 2 half trebles into the corner space, 1 and 2, 2 chains, 1 and 2. And we need to finish by doing a slip stitch into the second chain. So I've got my 2 chains there, I'm going to go in through that one and slip stitch that one. And you can now fasten that one off because your square is complete. I think that looks great. So we've just got the border to go. So if you get your white and you can join it to any of the corner spaces. So moving on to the border, I've joined my white to the corner space, and now I'm going to chain 2. And then need to do a half treble into each of the next 10 half trebles. So yarn over into your first half treble from the last round. I've got 3 on my hook, yarn over and pull through 3, and I've done 1. And then keep repeating this stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 2 half trebles into the next, 1, and then another half treble into the same stitch, 1 half treble into each of the next 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and we're at our first corner. Into the corners you want to do 1 half treble, 2 chains, 1 half treble. So 1 half treble, 2 chains, and 1 half treble. Remember, going along, it's 10 half trebles, 2 in the next stitch, 11 half trebles. The corners are 1 half treble, 2 chains, 1 half treble. I'll meet you at the end of the round. So I've just done my last 11 half trebles, and now I'm at the corner space. So we need to do a half treble into the corner, put up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. We're then chaining 2, 1 and 2, and we need to finish by doing a slip stitch into the second chain. So into our second chain, pull that one through. You can now fasten that one off. And there you have it. There is your, let me get it looking all neat. So there we go. There is the spice flower from issue 32. And this is another Irish crochet rose technique, very similar to what we did in the tangled white rose square and the Cinderella spicy pumpkin square. But this one is a new take on it. I think it looks really pretty. I love the colours that have gone together for this one. And I really enjoyed making this because it was very different to the things that we have been doing recently with the other issues. So if you've enjoyed this one, I'll repeat my normal spiel. Please leave a like. Comment below if you enjoyed it. Comment below if you didn't enjoy it. I know it was quite a difficult one to do. It did take me a while to figure out. So if you were having the same problem, please let me know. And again, if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll respond back to you as soon as I can. Lastly, if you subscribe, you'll get a notification when each of my videos are posted, so you'll be the first person to know. I hope to see you for the next one, which will be issue 33, where we're doing our Jungle Book Jungle Bouquet square. So I'll see you for that one. Bye!